Welcome, fellow model railroaders. How you doing out there? Today, well, you've seen the title. We're back at the Northwestern Vermont Model Railroad Association at our club layout, and I'm here to show you about the new space we have and how things are progressing since it's been a year, since last November. Now I'm getting things ready. I've got my throttle in my hand so I can take a train around and show you the layout. What I want to start with is to hopefully insert an image. Let's see if I can turn this around. Don't go away. All right, this is the floor plan of the layout. And we are standing right now, I'm standing down right here. Hello, there's my finger. So this is the expansion, this room here. Back up a little bit more. That's the expansion from here down. And the old layout is up above. Oop. There's the original layout up there. So we're going to start down here at the bottom left corner where it says Mechanicville Yard. So this is Mechanicville Yard. The main entrance to the model railroad layout is right there, that purple door. And Mechanicville, as you can see, here we go, has 10 tracks. Actually, there's 12 tracks, but I think there's 8 tracks for trains, all staged and ready to go out. And then there are 2 tracks on each side for switching trains that are ready. You know, so if you bring your train in, you can do the switching down here. Okay, what else do we have here? We have trains staged here to go northbound onto the layout. There are through trains, like right here, these 2 right here in the foreground. And then there's the Amtrak train that goes through. And then there's a B&M transfer run right there, the B&M train. And then we have 2 grain trains over here, and that's a paper train. And the paper train goes through to the north end of the layout. The grain trains stop at grain mills in 2 different locations on the layout. And those are kind of the same that we always had. One thing that is new here is over there we have a maintenance away train that we can send out from time to time if we want to. Now over here to the left, we've set up an engine servicing facility. A couple of members are working on that. And it looks like we've got something else going on with some passenger cars. And over in the background as well is the wood chip plant. Now we have a wood chip train, a dedicated chip train that goes from here to Arlington Electric, which is over past Arlington. And I think that's what we'll do today. So that way I can show you the changes to the layout as we take the chip train around and actually do something at the same time. So in order to take the chip train, the first thing I have to do is get my engine. That's an S4 number 1012 and a caboose, all set and ready to go. Let me go get my throttle. Okay, so I have my throttle. I'm going to hit select loco 1012. I don't know if you can see that. Hit enter. Turn on the lights. Where's the headlight switch? Right there. And then hit reverse and back my train up. Once I start it, it'll make noises. There we go. Now, one of the cool things about Mechanicville Yard is we have these great control panels here that were developed by Dana and Paul, and just works great. We have 2 of them, 1 on each side, so we can control the switches. So all I have to do is press track 20 here, and it lines up the switches so that I can come out on the track 1 there. And now to get out, I press track 1 again, reverse direction, head over to the wood chip plant. Again, by pushing that track 1 button, it lines up all the switches. All I get to do is worry about my choo-choo train running around. So my train is going to go around. I hope you don't hear that noise in the background. There's some kind of a machine running in the outside. So my switches are all set for the crossover. Bring my engine over, and I will have to uncouple the caboose and add the wood chip cars. Somebody didn't turn my headlight on for me. All right, we got our hitch. Now I got to back up and I got to grab my car cards and waybills right there and take them with my train over to the power plant. Now this is going to be the town of Bridgeport. You can see things are picking up here. We got businesses. It looks like it's winter time. But that's just because we need some scenery details added here. But it's in the process. So from Bridgeport, we go under a tunnel here. I think this is Scotch Tape Mountain here. And what's going to happen is behind the tunnel is going to be a track that can head back through into the old part of the layout right there. And it comes into the town of Plainfield. But we're going to come around the Y on this side. Through this section. And this is called scenery. I don't know what this place is going to be called, but we're just going to have some scenic elements in here. We're going to have countryside and a couple of bridges, and not much action because there's going to be a lot of switching. Right now, from that part of the layout, we go around the end of the aisle, and you can see an upper track right there. That's a switching lead for switching the yard that's going to be here in Wilmington. I'm still learning the town names. So this center aisle here in the expansion area is Wilmington on one side, and this is going to be a major switching yard and a staging area for, not staging, but a local switching area to set out cars for other towns in the area, like Bridgeport and Manchester that we haven't got to yet. So our wood train is just going to keep on trucking right to Wilmington because we haven't got past Arlington yet. And there's going to be the new station for Wilmington. And we're going to have some industries over here to switch. And maybe some scenic details on the back there, I don't know. The far back track is going to be for one of the grain mills. You can see the what do you call it, the excess trackage, the excess cars down in the back there. So coming around the end of that peninsula, we enter Manchester. Manchester is going to have a downtown area in the foreground, and along the backdrop we have businesses going in. So at this point we passed through most of the expansion. Our train is coming into areas that, while new, they were mostly a part of the old layout. This is part of Plainfield. We extended the layout, what, maybe 4 feet from that blue pillar right there. Added a couple new switches, industries down here. I think it's still in the construction phase, scenery phase. And then we come into Plainfield, which was part of the old layout. Now, because some of the things were changed, some of the trackage was changed for the expansion, we've had to move the Amtrak station, which is now right here. It used to be over there where that brick building is. So that's going to be a new business to be switched. And the Amtrak trains now stop down here. Again, we're still working on the scenery. The Amtrak, the station building should have lights in it. It doesn't right yet, but it will soon. And we haven't finished scenicking that factory over in the backdrop. But from here on, I think you've seen this part of the layout in the previous video from last November. Now I will try to, if I remember, put a link to that video in my description down below. Our train comes around, and now to an area that I just recently have been working on right here. This was, it's been in the works for a couple of years. We now have a working crossing gate here in the foreground, and motel and cabins in the background. George installed the flashing lights and the Azatrax flashing system, control system, that runs via sensors in the middle of the track right down below here. Right there. So here comes our train through Arlington Yard. And she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. I'm gonna come up here and check my turnout. Because I want to be coming on the siding here, the diversion track. Here comes our train out of the tunnel past the alien hunter. And across Glenn's Bridge. Now we're gonna, to switch this train, I'm gonna uncouple here at the bridge and run down and get my empty hopper cars. There's our empties down there at the power plant. Hopefully I won't slam into them too hard. And it didn't get a hitch, did it? Come on, there we go. Reverse direction. And once our train clears the switch at Power Junction, I'll go over there and set it to go back over to the other lane. Now we hitch onto our train. Gently, don't want to spill the coffee on the conductor. And we're going to push our loads down onto the power plant track. Okay, I put my car cards and waybills in the correct box here at Power Junction. My loads are on the siding. I got my caboose coupled up. And we're ready to head back to Mechanicville. I better stop there at Power Junction so the rear end brakeman can set the switch. Let's head southbound. So now our train is approaching the expansion layout. Coming around past the southern end of Plainfield. And then into Manchester. Around to Wilmington. Looking over Mechanicville to our right, but our train's over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Through the country portion of the layout. Into Scotch Tape Mountain and enter Bridgeport. And switch our empty cars into the wood chip facility. I hope you enjoyed this tour of our expanded model railroad layout. If you do like this video, please leave a thumbs up down below. It only takes a second and it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, you will get recommendations to see other videos like this, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to continue to the end, I'm going to put a couple of pictures, maybe a few pictures of the construction process, how things looked when it wasn't anywhere near as neat as it is right now. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun with your model railroading. Bye-bye for now.